Hey guys, welcome. We're talking about 2 Timothy chapter 2. Paul's given us the 3 pictures, that of a soldier, an athlete. Now he turns his attention to that of being a farmer. Not just a farmer, but a hard-working farmer. Now, hard-working farmers always believe that next year is going to be better. We spoke about that last week or yesterday. But today I want to tell you a couple of other things that a good hard-working farmer knows. And they're simply the laws of the jungle, basically, out there. A hard-working farmer knows this. He knows that if you don't plant, you don't reap. You don't plant any seed. Don't go to the end of the year and the end of the season and you're looking around saying, hey, where's my crop? There's going to be no crop. There's going to be no nothing for you to reap because you didn't obey the fundamental law of planting seed. We have to plant seed before we could reap a reward. Now, before we do anything with this planting a seed thing, let's understand a couple of things about the seed that we have to plant. Remember, Jesus spoke about the farmer who went out and he sowed seed. They were good seed. All the seed was the same. It was perfect condition. It had been well read. It was well readied, and it was ready to be sown. But some people sowed it in the wrong place, so it got chowed by the ravens. Some people sowed it on some of the seed fell on the gravelly ground, and it didn't generate. Some fell on soil that was too shallow, so it sprung up and it died. But some of the seed fell on good ground. The vast majority, in fact, according to the parable, did. And so we see how make sure that when you plant your seed, you plant it in season, first of all. Because don't plant your seed in the beginning of winter because there's going to be no rain. You always plant your seed at a particular time, at a particular day sometimes in the year, because the scientists have worked out a day of probability that first planting rains will take place. So look for the seasons. Look for the things that are going to add season to your life, and you're going to plant, and you're going to plant in season. Now, we know all about a word in season, do we not? And many people's lives have been changed because somebody came and sowed a word in season. Somebody came along and gave you direction, and when you were on another road and somebody came along and said, no, don't take that road, take this road, and it was a split second or a very short process of time that you had to deliberate, but you made the right choice. And that person you will always celebrate as the person who brought you a word in season. When you needed to hear that, it came. David, who was one of our heroes in the Old Testament, was one day angry that there was a man, Nabal, who didn't do what he asked him to do. You see, David had been protecting him for a long time, and it was about time that Nabal gave him a party, and Nabal would give him a couple of animals because he was a wealthy guy, and David had been looking after his well-being. When he on his way there, David heard that Nabal was not going to do this. So in his anger, he proceeded towards Nabal's house. He was going to kill the guy. He was that angry. But Abigail, Nabal's wife, came with a word in season. And she came and she said to David, David, do you really want the blood of that guy on your hands? He's not worth it. You know, he's a fool. That's what Nabal means, the fool. And you don't treat fools like that. David, take your men, go home, but I will provide for you all that you need from Nabal's wealth. After all, I'm his wife. He's mostly drunk and useless to most people, so I'm gonna send you the stuff that you have asked for. You don't have to kill the guy. And David was amazed. He said, where did this woman come from? What courage she had to stand before me and declare the truth that I needed to hear. A word in season. I don't know, I've had a few in the course of my life that have actually changed the course of my life because I've listened to them. I've not listened to everybody who thinks they have a word in season, but I've listened to some, and I'm so grateful that I did. So if somebody comes to you and says, hey, we need to have a conversation, I have something I need to share with you, respect them for their courage, listen to them with attentiveness, and then decide, is this a word in season or is it a word not in season? And then you decide what you're going to do with it. We get ourselves into a lot less trouble if we listen to those who come to us with a word in season. our wives who give us words in season. I got to tell you, I don't always agree with what Eileen has to say, but I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, please don't tell her I said this. She's generally right. And I've learned to respect that she often comes with a word in season just when I needed to hear it. She's got people who do that for her. I hope you have too. People who will speak honestly to you and maybe be to you that voice that you need to hear at that particular time. So farmers all know about, hardworking farmers know about sowing seed. They also know about seed that has been sown into their own lives. We may need to talk about this a little bit more because there's more to this than meets the eye. We'll do that tomorrow. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.